At 4 o'clock, I was shaking, guys, thinking that the world is still the same, and everyone, when they see you, they say like, this is my wife. And the streets are no longer like that. Men are no longer like that, you know. And I feel like he's a false prophet, okay?
It's intense. Sanbonani dumelang abshani. Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Zintle Manyati and this is the Zintle Manyati house. Who are new to this channel, please do subscribe, push notification bell to receive notifications every time I post. Do the works. I just did my makeup and it's so late at night and I was just like practicing because the eyebrows are not the same, but like it's a bit cakey. I don't know what's going on here. I trust me, it looks very good off camera, all right? Anyway, I am doing a story time today. It's not really a story time, it's just my journey, you know, my journey like after the divorce. So I just wanted to tell you about how, not even how, but what happened when I came back to the streets. So it was a taboo, guys. You know, I got married very young. I was like 19 something. Yeah, so coming back to being single again, to finding a man that once again, like, woo! It was so hard, I won't lie. But what happened was, so I met this person immediately like after divorce. Guys, I had a very beautiful partner. That guy was awesome. Like, I mean, he was there for me. I was very, very vulnerable at the time, and the only thing I wanted to do was literally cry and bendigoa for the longest time. I was going through therapy, you know, it wasn't easy. So like, he was very nice. Mugai would like do everything for me. Like he would just be there. I woke up at night and he would just be there, you know. And I think if he wasn't there at the time, I was just, you know, I'm grateful for that. But anyway, that relationship did not work out for so many reasons, and I tried going back, but you know, it still didn't work out. And then like suddenly Miguel had like a whole phase, but you know, my whole phase was not all about like just hoeing and whatever. I think a big part of me just wanted love, you know. I grew up in a family where my mom and dad used to love. They still do. They loved each other. I grew up in a loving family. We grew up with parents that literally gave us the world. They didn't have money, they didn't have anything, but they gave us the world. They gave us love. They took care of us. Like Bisingamakanda, you know, to my dad as his daughters, you know, like Nje Bisingamakanda, like we're literally people who are gonna break it anytime, and my dad would be like, what's going on? You know, it was like that. So, you know, I think a part of me just wanted something like it, and a part of me wanted to prove a point. I didn't leave for no reason in the marriage. You know, I can still find someone who can love me and take care of me and actually love me for who I am and actually really, really love me, you know. So, the streets were cold. I won't lie. The streets were cold. 2019, 2020 was lockdown. Oh, guys, I went on Tinder. Right? When I went on Tinder, I met people. I think as a girl, like okay, I'm a Christian girl, so I believe in marriage. I believe in, you know, things happening, you know, like if you guys are dating, you're dating to marry. And mina get village, I'm not used to the streets. I don't know what's going on, like in the care. So I met another pastor. Oh, brilliant. Yeah. I met a pastor. I I met that guy. That guy was a pastor or prophet or whatever. He was really known like by varsity students, and at the time I think I've seen a poster of him and his then fiance at Wits, you know. And to find out that he was divorced, I was like, you know what, we can speak the same language, like the combos are communicating. So in me seeking love, you know, I got to know the guy, but the guy was very, very sketchy. And man, like, you know, the thing about pastors and Christians and whatever, they really care about what other people say, which is a problem for me. You know, I tried to date the guy. I don't think it is an actual like relationship, and we didn't say it was a relationship. We just kept seeing each other like from time to time, and would meet and whatever. The guy would say, "Can you please borrow me like 200?" Lapo, guys, he's into like property. Hey! He's into properties, he's into like stuff like, you know, it's bowling. Like I felt like he's bowling, and he said, no, my car, what happened to his car? He made an excuse about not having a car, you know. I was like, okay, cool. So each time I had to go somewhere, I had to fetch him, because the guy was very self-centered, like and so I would be the one coupling him everywhere. I coupled him to his like he was building rooms and whatever. If it isn't I taking him there, why? I was not even in love. I think I'm just a nice person. Like, I'm a nice person and just hoping for the best and thinking that the world is still the same, and everyone, when they see you, they say like, this is my wife. And the streets are no longer like that. Men are no longer like that. You know, when he starts sharing his story about how the wife left and whatever, I was like, I relate to this girl so much. I understand why she left. It's the same reason why I left, because, you know, but I ignored it. I truly ignored it. Call me a fool, whatever, but that's what happened. I think one thing about me is I make people, like, I try and be Bob the Builder and fix people. So I was trying to let the guy know, you know what, it's chill. You can be human, like, you're allowed to make mistakes as much as you can, you know. Don't get worried about what people say, but you really care what other people say, like. And like, he didn't want to be seen with me in public. Anyway, and I got the guy into wine. I was like, drink some wine and just chill, dog. Like, what the hell? Hell, entire prophet or pasta. Yo. But like, I think one thing about that thing, it wasn't a relationship, but what that thing taught me is about like energies, because I really believe in energies. Yes, I'm a Christian, but I do believe in energies. Like, his energy was so bad. Like, he had moments where he would just break down and not be okay with his life or whatever that was going through, whatever that he was going through. And I was like, somehow with him, like a lot of times of speaking with him, and everything that he would say would literally make me to be also depressed. You know, I'm still going through, you know, stuff. I'm still going through a lot of mess, like, and I feel like he's a false prophet. Okay, judge me or whatever, because I was like, where's your prophecies now, sir? Because I asked him questions, like, me now, I'm very curious, so I was asking him questions, and his life just didn't make sense. Like, it just didn't make sense, and I was the one who kept on giving. I fetched him, you know, like, yo, crazy, woo, but yeah, I realized the streets are cold. I started ignoring the nigga because I felt like, you know, I'm being used here, and like, he depresses me. Like, literally, his energy depresses me, and I start thinking a lot. I start I start being messed up. Like, everything becomes messed up with school and whatever. And also, I haven't healed. He's a trigger more than he's a person who calms me down. Oh my God. That was like a horrible place to be, but it didn't last for long. Didn't even go for a month. Imagine sengimlandile sengimboleka imali sengenzeni umonth awukapheli. Believing in hope. I felt like at the time I hadn't healed, and I thought like, what? I'm good. Like, it like Jolo. Jolo ain't it. Okay, I've dated other few guys, and the streets are cold. That's all I'm gonna say. I realized that the men these days want to get the coochie before they actually get to know you. Also, they are just like not marriage oriented, not loving oriented, not family or like, I don't know what's going on with men these days, but definitely something is wrong. Okay, I don't get it. I don't get it. Still believe in relationships, girl. I'm gonna get married at some point. All right. So also like, yeah, it was just rough. And funny thing is, I only realized like last year in 2021 that I haven't healed, you know. Whew. I realized last year, I was like, damn. And I was preoccupied. I was doing so many things. I was managing like an artist, so I had a lot of things that I was doing, but I didn't get the time to just like chill, relax, like think about your life, think about what you want to do and whatever. I didn't have the time to do that, and I just broke down. Depression, anxiety. Yeah, it was very, very like strenuous. And then I started, you know, being real with myself. I even went as far as seeing a psychologist all over again, and I think that was a breakthrough for me to understand. And we went as far as discussing, how are you feeling and how have you been doing? Have you healed? You know, what impacts the decisions that you make going forward, whatever. And you know, we went through it, and I realized, Uti, no, you know what, I haven't dealt with the whole thing, and I thought I had dealt with it. I'm flourishing on social media, I'm doing my YouTube channels, I'm always happy, I'm this girl, but people don't know, like inside when I was there on my own, I was just like feeling horrible. There's a lot that I learned, but I realized like I had a breakdown. Like I had a breakdown, a serious breakdown in August last year. Okay, so I already have insomnia. So, guys, didn't like seeing myself like that. I couldn't sleep. There was a day like I couldn't sleep. I was just like, what's going on? I couldn't sleep. I stayed. I went to bed early. I couldn't sleep. My mind kept on reading, and whenever I started shaking, I think I had an anxiety attack. At 4 o'clock, I was shaking, guys. I was shaking. I was having an attack, you know. Yeah, it was hard. But I went through the days as if it was the same. I didn't write my exam. I had only one exam that I had to write. I didn't write my exam. I wasn't okay. And it wasn't specifically about me not healing. That was the stem of everything that I felt, yes. But everything else that is going on in my life that I feel like it's not going right. I'm not supposed to be here. You know, you ask yourself so many questions, Woody. Am I really supposed to be here? Is this really what I want to do? You just become, you have black thoughts. Yeah. But you know, I started having those episodes and depression and anxiety. I started realizing that I have mental health situations where I'm not feeling okay after, you know, because after the whole marriage or after the whole divorce, because I was not dealing with things. I used to close myself with going to church and singing whatever, and that was not me being honest with myself and me not being honest with the way that I felt about things. I was just ignoring, and now I'm in touch with my feelings so much because something literally big came into my life and triggered everything, and then everything was just like psh, psh. you know, because of everything. Like, I'm starting to recall everything that happened. I'm just like, what, how, ganjani, me, what? I'm a happy person. How did this happen to me? I'm such a nice person. I do everything, you know. And it was not so great. And yeah, but you know, even this year, in the beginning of the year, I spoke to a therapist. Like, guys, like, if you're really not feeling that good, please do speak to a therapist. Speak to someone, like, about the way that you feel and understand. Sometimes, sometimes just think about the reasons why you're going through what you're going through. Ask yourself why. Ask yourself the energies that you're going around. If a person has this dark cloud hanging over them and you can feel it, something is not good with this person, stay away from them. Energies are very together, you know, like they come together because you are sharing this energy with this energy from another person and you're with them all the time. Really messed up, guys. So yeah, like, all in all as well, like, I still feel like I'm healing. I won't lie, I am still healing, like, not only with what happened in the past, but with everything that has happened in my life, you know. I'm still healing. I'm a work in progress. I'm not being too hard on myself as much, but I feel like that also makes me too comfortable. But I'm very nice to myself. I'm very intentional about the things that I do, you know, and I realize that I need to be selfish about myself, because at the end of the day, I only have me, you know. That's what I learned, that the only person that you have in your life, the only person you're gonna die with, the only person, or when you get to bed and rest, it's only you and your thoughts. So it is only you and your mind are always there. And you know, so that for me was like something that was mind-blowing, and I'm so glad that God has kept me to this far. Like, I'm doing great. Like, I won't lie, I think I even said this morning when I was praying, I'm like, God, I'm the happiest ever. That's funny, right? I'm the happiest. Like this year, I am happier. Like, I'm much more excited about another day, because maybe I have goals and plans that I want to do myself, even though I don't do them. But like, I'm excited about the future. I pray more. I read the word more. You know, I speak to God more. So I think it has been amazing. It has been an amazing journey. And man, I love me. I can never choose anyone. I literally will not choose anyone. I'll just choose me every day. So that is it with my life. I took Jehovah O'Connor, and yeah, you know, yeah, I'm happy to be alive. Basically, I'm just happy. I see people having more depressions than the one that I have, having more anxiety than the ones that I have. I go through a lot alone, which makes me feel like I can be able to do this. Yes, I do speak to people, I do speak to therapy when I need to, but being alone makes you to be in touch with your feelings and not ignore them, and just being able to be with yourself, like, and being handling yourself, you know, like, just being you. Handle this girl. My therapist once said, support this girl. This girl needs support. You need to support her. She needs you. This girl, she needs you to support her, not what anyone says, but support this girl. So I think I've said a mouthful. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you all.